Guys. Hi. Let me get this in here. Get it here. Get it down. This is where I'm at now. And then I'll get the other one up so I can see chat. That is where I'm at now. Let's see if I can get it to stay. Stay up there. Stay. Ow. There's a whacked my head. Okay, I'll open the other one. I have made so much progress, guys. How was your week? I gotta find myself. Gotta go find myself. There I am. Hi. That way I can see my chat so I can answer stuff. But how was your all's week? Hopefully it was good. And I put the link in case anyone would like to come in. In case anyone wants to come in. Just waking up, but your week's been okay? That's good. That is awesome. I am almost to where I'm just on the strip across the bottom on the other side where all the moths are. I've almost to finish this side. I'm on the last row. I'm like, last row, and I'm almost over to where the, this is that last row here. And then once I'm done there, I will be over to the queen's, think, Cindy, think. Wow, brain's dead. The queen's gown. Right now I'm working on the bottom of her gown as it drapes into the waterfall. That's what I'm working on now. And then I will be working on the moths as they fall into the bottom. So that's where I'm at now. So I am almost done with this bee. I just want to get done with this monster. I bought all my colors for my, but I did put the link for anyone that would like to come in and hang out for a cool hangout party. I got all my colors and I put them up in Love and Sparkles group of the water slide decals I'm going to do for my first 2 tumblers. One's for my guy friend, and his is the one that looks like, I guess you could call it, and I don't know if my gallery is showing up in the other phone. Let me see if it is. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. It should be, because I would think gallery is on both of them. I would think my gallery would be on both. Let's go ahead and find my gallery. It's just a matter of finding it. It's a matter of finding it. Because I would think my gallery would be on both. Phone pictures. Guess I could go find search and hunt for gallery. There, it's a stupid flower. Maybe they're not. It does not look like all the gallery pictures are the same on both phones. That sucks. I was hoping they would be, because I was going to show you the gallery pictures. But they are up in the Love and Sparkle site. Oh, come on. Really? But they are up in the Love and Sparkle site, which is awesome. It's the ones I'm going to put on his mug and or his tumbler and my tumbler. Oh, come on. His tumbler and my tumbler. Mine is going to have the girly looking skull, the skull with the inside the mirror with smoke, and then the saying. His is going to have the one that looks like the Templar Knight, just because he has an authentic Templar sword that he has collected. And so his has a skull that looks like a Templar Knight skull. And that was his choice. So, and then he deer hunts with a bow. And so I found a actual, it's really cool, badass looking actually. It's a skeleton, and it's got a archery pack on the back, and then it's got the bow and the arrow, and it's all in skeleton. And these are, off of Pixabay, so you can use them. And so I'm going to use those to put on the mugs. And so I've got those. I've got at least his mug prepped. Oh, excuse me. And his will be in black and red. Mine's going to be in like white with plum and lilac. So, it'll be more of a white base. His will be black and red. So I'll have to do I've been looking up how to do it on the water slide decals. And so these are my first trial and error. Because I was like, we're going to be the guinea pigs. We're going to be the guinea pigs. I've been working on Vampire Girl at night. I'll show you the pictures of her. So when I get these things done, I'll probably pull up the camera and do a video of the hydro dipping thing process as I go along, and the prepping of the water slide decals, because that's kind of cool of how you do. Because since it's a black and red background, if I just do the water slide decals, they won't show up. So there's a process you have to do to actually make the dang thing show up. And so I will show you how you do those, because there is a process of how you have to do them to actually make the things show up. And so I will show you those, because there's a prep process. I actually watched 2 or 3 videos on it of how you do it to actually make them show up. So that's cool. That is cool. Hi, Crafting Gamer. I came on early so that we can yap for longer, because I really want to knock this thing out of the park. I got it right here and right here, and then this row is done. So this right here and this row is done, and the same over in here, and then across the bottom. And across the bottom is like 1.5 across the bottom. And this big monster is done. And then I'm actually going to have to go, because my bedroom never got painted when we moved in, or when I moved in here. So I'm going to have to actually go paint my bedroom. Can you believe that? I got to paint my bedroom walls before I can hang this thing. Because once I hang it, I don't want to move it too much, because I don't want no drills to pop off. And I'm going to paint my bedroom walls a real light lavender, because all I'm hanging in there is a lot of these Josephine walls. I got Dragon Dancer, which is a Josephine wall. I have this one, which of course is a Josephine wall. So I have a lot of Josephine walls. And so I'm going to have to go paint my wall. And so this one, I'm never doing another one this big. Tell you that right now. Because this one is taken, January 1st was the beginning of the 4th year. but I decided this was all I was going to work on. So if I had only worked on this, it would have probably taken me like 6 or 7 months. But I've done a bunch of other ones in between and not worked on it at all. Hi, Anita. But since this time I have buckled down and not done any events, not done anything but worked on it and then a few others in the evening on my couch. It's taken me a month to do this, probably 40 by 50 area. I mean, because this is all I have done, period. My girlfriend keeps saying, do something different. I'm like, no. She's like, do your tumblers. I said, I am not doing anything until I get this big thing done. Sorry, back. I said, I'm not doing nothing till I get this big monster done. But when I move it, because it's so, I had to take this off because I had to move it down and I can't get it tight enough now. Stay. I can't get it tight enough because I literally had to take it off because I had to move it. I mean, literally, I am at the bottom of this thing, so I had to move it. I had to move it up about 4 inches to get to the bottom. There. No problem. All you would see is me trying to work in this little bitty spot. Yesterday, I worked on it for a while. And then, and I told my guy friend, I was like, you have done nothing but work. Yeah, this thing is confetti. This is a confetti nightmare. Confetti. And that's why it's taking so long. As you see in this big whole 600 drill section, there is 5 drills of this color. 5. See that? 5. So I got to pull out a color for 5 little drills. And it's this way for the whole canvas is this way. 600 drill area, I got to pull out 5 little drills. And the whole thing is this way. Half the time I am working in a cap. I just pour them in my cap and work that way. Oops, sorry. Where am I at? Down here. So, and then I got to find where I'm at, figure out where I'm at over here to put them. And he's like, why can't you work these little ones and work so fast? And that one over there is taking you so long. I said, because I got to figure out where I got to put them. And I got to count them. And there's, it's like one drill at a time. It's like, it might take, I said, it's just a monster. I said, it's just a stinking monster. Okay, where's this thing at? Where are you at? And some of them I've gotten off and missed a color. But there it is. Off a color. So if you want to do confetti, do a Josephine Wall. Let me see. You want confetti? Do a J Wall. That will fill your confetti want right to the brim. It'll be filled forever. And I got so many I need to do. It is unreal. I mean, I've got so many I've got to do. Oh, Lord. And I've lost some drills. I don't even know where they're at. They've fallen off. Okay, we're just going to put you right there. Don't know if that's it, but it's going to be it. I'm going to call you that. Okay. What's that one? And this one had 249 drills when I started. Yeah, my room is like, I got a whole rack of them, and then I got a whole shelving unit full of them. And oh Lord, just that's all I can say is oh Lord. And I got so many of them from when I first started that are these stupid, stinking double-sided adhesive. So I'm trying to knock them out because I really hate them. So I'm trying to knock them out first. You know, get rid of what you hate the most first, kind of thing. Because I really do dislike the double-sided adhesive. I know some people love them, but I really don't. And so it's kind of like, you know, get rid of your worst first kind of thing. It really is get rid of your worst first. And then, of course, my drills have fallen off or I missed them. Get back up there. Get up there and stay. And then I told my guy friend, I was like, well, you know, since you have, and it's going to have to be an AliExpress because it'll have to be go on there and hunt and pick, you know, and see if I can hunt for one and find it kind of thing. Um, see if I can find a Templar Knight. And I found a site that does have some Templar Knights. And I'll pull them up and let him look at them and see if he sees any he likes. And I told him, I said, I will do. Of course, it's probably going to be double-sided stinky tape. I said, but I will do the Templar Knight for you. And of course, it's going to be dark art. And I don't really care for the dark colors, but I will do it for him. You know, since he's doing all this work for me in my house, I said, I'll do it for you. I said, you'll have to make the frame for it. You know, you're the framing guru. You can have to make the frame for it. I said, but I will make it for you. That way you can have the Templar Knight. Yeah, I have 300, I think 398 altogether with little ones, you know, the little teeny ones I bought off Temu that I haven't taken pictures of and put in my stash. But with the Templar Knight, you know, I said you could actually, you know, put him up and you know, frame him out and then hang your sword up next to it. And he said, ooh, that would really be badass. And I was like, yep, that would. And so he may actually, you know, do that, pick one out that he really likes. And then, you know, put the sword up like next to it. And that way he has the knight and the sword together on display. Because that would really be cool. Oh, come on. Because he kind of does that. He, you know, like yesterday when we went out, he just walked up on this beautiful, beautiful arrowhead, just sitting there around. Beautiful. I mean, gorgeous arrowhead. He brought it over last night after he cleaned it up. Jesus, come on. Let's put some more sticky stuff in there because I get over there and they fall out. I got so many that by the time I get over here, they just fall out of the pen. Yeah, stay. But the little bitty ones, I can knock them out like really, really, really quick. So I don't mind because the little ones I bought off Temu, man, I can knock them out in like 2 days. 2 days tops, and poof, they're done. So I don't mind them. Those are pretty cool. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, let me see if I can get this tighter under here because when I took it off, it just is not. Let me see if that's tight enough. Let's see if that's tight enough there. Maybe that's tight enough. And then if I add what I've done, oh God, if I add what I've done, I am up to, when I add what I've done, I have 140 that I've done. So I'm around 400 when I add what I've done. Because I've done like 140 between what I've given out as gifts and presents. And so, yeah. Because he's pretty much quite a bit of Native American heritage. He's got a picture of his granddad that's in full headdress. And, oh, yeah, you can see the Native American in him. And I'm like, you look pretty much like your granddad. You cannot say you're not. I said, because it's right there. And you can't deny it. I said, there is no denying your history. It's right there. And he was like, yeah, I look just like my granddad. I was like, yeah, you do. And so he's got a lot of Indian artifacts he's picked up. And like yesterday when we were out doing what we were doing, he just walked up on one. But yeah, my stash, y'all have seen my stash. It's like massive. You can give them away, but you can't hardly sell them. You just have to give them. Now, people think you would be able to sell them, but yeah, no one wants to buy them. Unless you sell them for dirt cheap. Now, they'll buy them for dirt cheap. And I do mean dirt cheap. You can sell them $100 painting for nothing, hardly, and they'll buy it. But I mean, you can sell them $100 painting for $20 and they're happy. But all right, we'll just do this. Oops, there. Yeah, but I haven't bought in a while. I mean, with me having like 300 and something I have not done. Now, some of them I don't think I'm gonna do. I will give them away to some people that want budget. 'Cause some people don't want budget, and that's fine. But the people who want budget, I am more than, I'll send them to them. Because I have some that, I have doubles of. It was like, ooh, what was I thinking? Why do I have double of that? I don't need two of them. And I'll send them to them. Right now I can't because, I got to pay some stuff off. But as I go through and find that I have doubles, I will. I definitely will. No problem. And then, of course, I had to go buy my tub for the hydro dipping. And like, he's going to give me a bunch of colors of paint. He said he had a bunch at his house. So I'm getting some that way. And then I went and bought like a bunch of, he's got some hot pink. So I'll get the hot pink that way. So I don't have to buy hot pink. But I bought some plum. Well, he's got some plum. But I bought some lavender and I bought some grape and I bought some blues and some limes and some soft seafoam green, so I can just make some pretty colors. And then that way, as I get these done, maybe I can do like some like me please things. If you see one that you like, you could do a me please, and maybe I can start offering, some of those, in the future that, people see some they like, then people can say, hey, I like that. How much would you sell that for? Because I'm going to have start putting some badass, sayings on them and not budget, but decals on them and, you know, things that we like that you can't get in a store. Things like that. Let me see. Oh, it's in this phone, so I can't get it. But things that we like that, can't get in a store, you don't see in a store. And then that way it'll be things that we can get, because there's such things that we can't get in a store. We can't see in a store because we all have strange taste. We all have strange taste. We all's eclectic. We all's different. And then that way we all can beat to our own drums. And then that way when someone sees your tumbler and they say, where'd you get that? And you can say, my girl Cindy made it. Because you'll be the only one that'll have one. Because it'll be a one of a kind. It will be a one of a kind. And the only place you'll be able to get it is from in here. It'll be one of those things that the only place you can get it is in here. It'll be kind of like the me please pins. It'll be, or one that wants one will say me please, and I'll put you on a wheel and you'll be able to get it. And it'll just be how much stuff I had to put into it, how much glitter, if it's like expensive glitter, or if I was able to do it on cheap stuff and, stuff like that. And I can tell you right now, it's going to mostly be cheap stuff, Dollar Tree stuff, so they won't be real expensive. It'll mostly be how much brain power I had to put into it. Because my brain's been cooking, trying to think of stuff. My brain's been like cooking in overdrive, trying to create and think and looking at pictures and I'm not trying to make them, you guys can give me ideas of what you would like. Say, hey, I'd like these kind of things and I like these kind of things. Because everybody likes something different. I know. They really don't. They think they're just free. They're freebies. They think they just fall on trees. That's like my friend. She calls me out of the blue and she's like, "Can you just make 25 resin hearts and blah blah blah?" And I was like, "No, I can't." I said, "Not unless you're willing to supply the resin and the molds and all this other stuff." She goes, no." I said, "Well, then no, I can't." I said, "I cannot afford to whatever you're wanting to do this for to supply whatever you're wanting to do." I said, "Now, if you want to supply the resin and supply the molds, I will be more than happy to supply the time to build it for you." I said, "But I am not supplying all the cost of the stuff." That got shut her down real quick because she was wanting me to spend all my resin that I've been, building up and trying to get for doing this to do her thing. And I was like, no, ma'am. As it is, I already, loaned you $1,700 worth of nails that I have never seen the nails back or the $1,700 that you supposedly sold back. So, no, that is a negatory. I'm just nice enough that I even stayed your friend and don't bug you about it. Most people would have dropped you like a hot potato. And she don't realize how lucky she is I even stayed her friend, because I did. She was like, can I borrow 174 nails? Because I don't have enough to go do this event. And whatever I sell, I'll give you the money and then I'll bring back the nails I don't sell. And I have never seen the nails back and I never saw the money. And every once in a while, about every 6 months, she goes, "Oh, I gotta get back with you and get the nails back to you and settle up the money of the ones I sold." And it never happens. So don't know how lucky she is that we have remained friends, because most people would not have. I mean, truthfully, most people would have just gone ballistic and not remained friends. She's just severely lucky that, money is not a thing to me and I remained a friend with her. I mean, very lucky. Very, very, very lucky. I mean, very lucky. Yeah, yesterday now, me and my friend, we went to go, because we do skulls, and we went skull hunting, to see what we could find, and we found, what we probably found about 8 or 9 skulls. And then he makes a plaque where he ages jawbones, and he's going to teach me how he does that. And we found a bunch of jawbones. And then he found the arrowhead. We was just walking through the forest, and I found a bunch of briar patches. Got briars in my butt. That wasn't fun. Briars in the butt was not fun. I have to say that. Briars in the butt was not fun. Then when he was working on my dad's roof or ceiling. And when he came over, I told him, I said, "You can have the roast. What's left over of the roast?" And he was like, "Well, what about you?" And I said, "I ate something different." I said, "I'm done with roast. I'm roasted out." And he was putting it on there and he goes, "Well, all that juice, that would be so good." And I said, "Well, why don't you just pour that in the juice and make it into um like a stew?" And he goes, "Oh my God, that's such a good idea." And so he did, and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm kind of like a pig." and he did that. And I made a cake for dessert. And he was like, I really can't eat the cake. He said, I am so stuffed. I can't eat the cake. I'll eat the cake tomorrow. He said, I promise. I'll eat the cake tomorrow. So I can't eat another bite today. I'll eat the cake tomorrow when I come over and work on the floor. He said, no cake today. I can't. I looked at him. I said, okay. I said, I made the cake because you said you would eat the cake. I said, because I'm not eating that cake. What he doesn't know is if he doesn't eat the cake today, I'm loading that cake up and I'm taking it over to the shed, and he's going to have that damn cake in his little hut because that cake is not staying over here because I am not growing my ass about 10 times two size. Oh yeah, because people will sit there and they'll kill when they kill their deer, they'll just load them up and then haul them off and dump them. And so we were going to the dump sites and picking up the animal or the. I was looking for a possum skull. I looked high and low because I wanted to see a possum skull. Because he was telling me what they look like. So I was looking all over for one of those. But we found a bunch of doe skulls and a couple of buck skulls where you could tell where they sawed off the horns. But yeah, it was the dump sites for where people dumped their deer. And if you look on Etsy and look up painted deer skulls, and you'll see where people have been painting them, what they look like. I have a couple. I have that one video I have up where I did my altar site, and he had painted them for me. That thing looks so good, guys, so good. And he painted them black and gold. It looks so good. Really, they do. They look so good. I have a buck. It's got looks like just a plain old like just a 2 point. You know, just only has two little antlers. But and then I have a doe, and it's done in black, and then the teeth are done in gold, and then a doe. It looks so awesome. It does. It looks awesome. Absolutely gorgeous. And that's what I have up there. And I have all my crystals and all my other stuff up there around it. My pendulums hanging off of it. Looks gorgeous. It really, really does. And then I found Breaking Doggy. She died in my entryway, and I found her skull. And he's cleaning it up, getting it prepped, and I'm gonna do her in hot pink and chrome. And then I'm gonna, because she was my mom's dog, and so I'm gonna put her and my mom's urn together with a bunch of crystals. Because I think that would be, kind of neat having her and my mom's urn together in the same place. Because that was my mom's dog. And so he's prepping her up. And he was like telling me how you have to glue in their teeth because they'll fall out, when you're cleaning them and boiling them, getting them all cleaned out and cleaned up and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I just wondered what he was doing over there when he was gone, over there for hours. And he goes, that's what I'm doing. I'm gluing in teeth and getting them all prepped. And I was like, okay. Inquiring minds want to know. Just, curious. Just curious. And so he's doing that for me and getting it all ready and prepped. And he says, when it's ready, I'll bring it over to you so you can paint it and get it all done. I was thank you. And, He does so much for me. It's like if I ask, he does it. And then when I don't ask, he does it. I mean, he just walks around and tries to find stuff, and if he finds stuff that needs to be done, he does it. So it's like the bathroom was this god awful yellow, and he's like, that bathroom. He said that awful. He said that yellow is just a horrible vibe in there. And I was like, well, it needs to be painted. I got this green. Next thing I know, he's in there painting the green. So I was like, thank you. So it is no more yellow. It's green. He's gonna revinyl my kitchen. I told him the other day, I said, you can't move back home. Because right now he's staying out here. I said, you can't move back home. I'm not going to let you move back home. You're not allowed to move back home. He just started laughing. I said, you got to stay out here forever. He just died laughing. I said, yeah, forever and ever and ever, you got to stay out here. And he just laughed. And then when I rented, well, when I got us that hotel room to the haunted hotel, I said, now what's going to happen when you do go back to your place? Are you going to forget about your birthday present? And he says, oh, I'm not going to forget my birthday present. I will not forget that. He said, I will be here. I'm not forgetting that. I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, because he's got ADHD. He is the worst, worst, worst. He can't remember anything, anything. He is the world's worst. You can tell him something, and in 10 minutes, he is done, forgot. World's worst. World's worst. Done, forgot. Done, forgot. Well, done. Poof, gone. Right out of his brain. See, he said, I done forgot. He said, but I'm not forgetting that one. He said, I'm not forgetting that one because I have wanted to spend the night there forever. Ever. And it's on my birthday, so I won't forget that. Can't forget my birthday. And I had to book that out 2 months in advance. And then they called me, and they actually changed our room, and he just don't know it because I had booked a double. But I had called them back and told them, was there any chance to get in one of the haunted rooms? And they said, right now, no, because they were booked. They would put us on the waiting, the reserve list if anyone canceled. And they said, you never know, life happens. They said, we can put you down for one more active parts of the hotel. And then the other day they called me and they said they had a more active part of the hotel open up. Did I want it? And I said, yes. And they said, well, it's a king, a premium king. And I said, I'll take it. So he just doesn't realize that instead of us being in a double room now, we are in a premium king. And I was like, and I'm not telling him. He'll just find out. So surprise on him. It's like, oops, we now share in a bed. Sorry. It's like, ooh. And when I first told him that I'd gotten us double beds, he said, "Why? It doesn't matter." And I said, "Well, I didn't think you wanted to be sharing a bed." And he said, "It didn't matter to me." And so, since it didn't matter to him, it's now we, we are, you know. So since it didn't matter, it's like, okay. I hope it really didn't, because now we aren't. We're in the same bed. But if it gets us a more active part of the hotel, we're taking it. If he has to, he can just throw pillows down the middle. We's adults, I imagine we can, sleep in the same bed. It's like we's big people. We okay. And then we're talking about the hotel. They have, I mean, not that submarine. They have a haunted submarine. We're trying to round up enough people where it won't cost 400. And then I don't know. Um, I will try to make a little video of the haunt of my. It almost has an Inya's vibe to it, but I don't think it is. And I call her Vampire Girl. I don't know what she is. She's pretty cool looking. Um, she's coming out really pretty, really pretty. Um, and I've got the top 2 rows done on her. So her top 2 rows are done. So she's got the top 2 rows done. And it's looking really good. I mean, it's got the hair wisping and 3722. The hair is wisping and then her face. So it's looking really good. It looks like her eyes are bleeding. And I just call her Vampire Girl because I don't know what she is. And I'll just throw a real quick, little blurb of her up. She's my evening picture in my lap. And she's quick. I can do like 2 sections on her really quick. But she's like, you just got to fill in the blanks. This is not fill in the blank. I wish it was. It'd be so much easier. It would be so much easier if it was fill in the blank, but it's not. It is. Let's torture our poor brain. Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh. Oh, no. More over. And see, if you have a metal tip, you can slide on double-sided tape. If it's a plastic, you cannot. If you have a metal, you can. Get up there. Because you can break that little seal that you get. All right. Okay, let me see. We are down to 41. And then when I get down to do this last little row down here, then I'll move over to get that one over there. And I am at 86.8%. So I am almost at 90%, guys. It's like unreal. You guys just don't know. It's unreal, 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 unreal. But yeah, as I start doing some of this other stuff, I will video it so that you guys can see it as it goes along. 177. And I've been doing this giant whipping chat. Now that I have this big ass thing, what are you barking at? Ain't nothing out there. Not a thing. Now he's supposed to bring me over a PVC thing with something to where I can use it to put inside the tumblers to where I can use them to duck the tumblers. And then of course, it's supposed to get cold again. Has everyone seen that? Another polar vortex. Let's see this. Let me see what these dumb fools are barking at. Rocky! Rocky! Okay. It was the dogs barking at the trash man. They decided they don't like the trash man. They were having a fit at the trash man. Crazy little fools. Yeah, they decided it's going to get cold again, probably have some snow again. But it's been up in the 60s in February, which is like crazy. Untold weather. I mean, this is usually our bad time of year. So, I mean, we were out for about 2 hours walking in the forest yesterday. for like 3 hours, up and down hills. Got a whole bunch of briars in my butt. But it was nice because I really did need the exercise, you know, really did need the exercise. So it was good for me. Good exercise. Yeah, on the conversions, it will tell you how far you've gone. Let me see. Let's see this one. Yes. 1, 2. Yeah, I got to get my computer and put those pictures in it and see if it'll let me just put the decals where I want them on a page. So I can kind of get them all where I want them and sized. Because I don't want to waste my water slide paper. You know, if it'll let me place it somewhere so where I can just print the sheet out. But I'll tell you the way you do water slide paper on a dark background is pretty cool. Just in case anyone's interested, you spray it with clear spray paint, like gloss spray paint, matte spray paint, doesn't really matter, either one. And then you take flat white, just, white spray paint, and spray it with that. And then you go back over it once that's dried with clear, and then let that dry. And then you cut it out, or, where you don't have the. Okay, do I have that? I gotta have that. Or it's like, okay, so I can see the bottom. You cut it out where the outline's not going to show or whatever. And you cut it out properly because you want to have it exact, because that's what's going to be on your item. And then you place it in the water, let it get slidey, and then you put it down upside down on your item, and then you slide it off, and the white is going to be behind your picture, and so it will be what's behind it to give the image a background of white to show, so that it can show on your dark background. Otherwise, it won't. Your picture won't show because it's on a dark background. Because these water slides are transparent, and so if you have a dark background, it's just going to blend, and you're not going to see your image. So, because I was watching it, I was like, that's pretty cool. I would not have known that. Because I was like, his is black and red. How are you going to do that? So just kind of cool. So if you ever wondered how you're going to put a decal that has a transparent background on a dark background, that's how. You use spray paint over the image with, gloss, clear gloss or clear. And then over that, you spray paint white and then you spray paint clear over that again. And then you put it down, you get it, put it in your water and you put it down. And then when it finally slips off, then you put it face down on your item. And that white will be the background behind it. I had to watch it a few times for it to finally go, light bulb moment. But I was like, aha, gotcha. Light bulb moment clicked on. Well, I'm glad that your weather in Denmark's been being good as well. And sorry that it's going to change, just like ours is. Guess the whole world's kind of had a winter vacation, and then winter's deciding it's going to show its booty head again. It's like booty head, booty head. Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot, but we did have snow. And we had cold, cold, cold weather. I mean, it was cold. I think when our next cold snap comes, I'll make some chili or some vegetable stew. One or the other. One or the other. Yeah, you way up there. You way, 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 way up there. I almost prefer the cold though because you can dress up. You can layer up. When using the hot, sweltering, sticky South, you can only take so much off. You can only get so naked before you get in trouble. And then when you get super naked, you can't do much else. And you're still all hot and sticky and icky. I mean, you can only do so much. And then you're still miserable. And that is the bad part. I tell you what, me and my friend, we're watching True Blood. Neither one of us have seen so much sex in so long. It's unreal. Unreal. Now we're just sitting here making jokes of it. Literally, we are just making jokes about it. It's like, is this a sex scene? Is it? Is it? I mean, that's how bad it is. Because every episode is a sex scene. Every one of them. He's like, is this it? I think the other day, we watched an episode. He's like, I'll be darned. It's an episode and there's no sex scene. Can you believe that? I mean, it was like unreal. At first, it was a little embarrassing when you're sitting there with a dude and you're watching nothing but sex. Sex, 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 sex. But now it's to where you're like, all right, what's the ending gonna be? You know, we're like to that point, and he's like, oh, we're almost to the end. So I know. Now we're to the point where like we can't wait because we're wanting to get to where we can watch the island. So now we just make jokes. It's like, I mean, literally, we just make jokes. And you wouldn't think so. I think at first he was the best. I think at first he was so shy and embarrassed that he was turning red, and now we just crack jokes. He's like, "Oh my God, here it comes, another sex scene. Can't have an episode without one." And then the other day when that one, he says, "Oh my Lord," he said they had an episode without one. I was like, "You're right." But that's pretty wild when you're not a couple and you're sitting there watching that at first. It's like, ooh. Some really bad guy last night got his head ripped off. And I was sitting there going, yeah, 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 yeah. And he's like, deserve that. And he goes, yeah, you're right. He did. I was like, but I was like, extremely, he was a little violent early. I was like, well, he deserved that. He was like, I didn't know you had that violence treating you. I was like, well, he deserved it. Because he was torturing people. And I was like, I don't care who you are or what you are. Don't deserve that. That is cool, gamer. That is cool. It's always cool to have a best friend. I actually fell asleep on my couch last night. Slept on the couch last night. I guess I need to put my new contacts in and have new contacts in. Because, yeah, I think they could really, it'd be a good idea, put it that way. Oh, dog, you're a pain in the butt. I let you in, then you want out. Let you out, then you want in. It's like a yo-yo. And it really is like a yo-yo. Now you're out. You want it out. So you're going to be out for a while because I'm not getting up and down. Doing my live. No, go play. You out. You wanted to go play. Go play. It's like, good Lord. Go play. I mean, it's crazy. You let them out because they want out. They're out for like a few minutes and they want back in. Then they want back out. Then they want back in. Then they want back out. I call them my furry children because they're just like kids. Then they go over to his place, and he's actually got treats in there for him. And then they eat a treat, and then they want to come over here and get a treat. And then the one I got from Jonesboro, she's stuck to him like glue. No, go play. I got my new doggy vacuum. You come in, I'll vacuum you. I bought a grooming thing for dogs, and you vacuum them. Literally, you vacuum them. You set the length, and then you vacuum, and it vacuums all the hair up. And I think that would be cool. Maybe all this shedding stuff would go away because I could brush them and clip them and vacuum them all at the same time. Because he's my big time shedder. Oh, that's the wrong one. Uh-oh. That one is the wrong one, and it's got tons of them, so I can just clip those out and pop them. And see, I didn't know it when I found baby's skull. He was telling me, he said, no, you have to glue the teeth back in so they don't fall out. You know, because all the tissue is gone. So you have to actually glue them back in so that they'll stay, especially when you clean them. And then you have to clean them in OxyClean and Dawn to get all the fat content out of the bones so that the paint won't peel off. And because otherwise, he said the paint peels off. It'll just peel right off because of the fat content and marrow and the bones and all this. So I was like, it was like a learning lesson. I was like, well, that's kind of cool to know. Because if you don't know that, you would make one and then it'd be like, yeah, cats are quiet. My cat's running around here. I don't know what she's doing. So, but she's being quiet. Or he is not. Quiet is not being on his little thing right now. Quiet is not in his vocabulary right now. Loud is. Very loud. Right now, I'm finishing up the waterfall. This is all the water from the waterfall. Which was why I had to go ahead and finish out all the stuff down there, because if I hadn't have finished it out, you guys wouldn't have seen the waterfall. Yeah, mine's usually knocking something off the cabinet or getting something off the cabinet. Last night we were sitting there and all of a sudden we heard crash and he said, cat got something off the cabinet. I don't know what. He goes, she's just off getting stuff, isn't she? And I said, yeah. I said, but you never know what. I said, yeah, no. I've got to do my nails, but they're kind of looking rough because, we went skull hunting and then I put my hair is so white that I got tired of the white that I didn't put a hair dye in. I put just a conditioning toner in my hair. So it was like a toner or conditioning tint in my hair. So when I put conditioner in, I put a tint, and it was a cinnamon. So it's got a cinnamony. I can't say what cinnamony tint to my hair. So a little bit of like a ginger tint. So it's not totally blazing white in your face. And it doesn't look too bad. I had to get used to it a little since I have had no color to my hair at all. But it beats being blazing white, Because I've been blazing white. Dad, you're just out of luck until I decide to get up, and that's not for a little while. And it's so funny because of the newer dog, he won't sleep in my bed unless I'm in there alone. So it's so funny. If she's in there, he will not go in there. It's like, really? He's like, I'll sleep on the couch. I'm like, okay, whatever. You are so lucky. I'm over 60 and mine's not gray. It is flat out white. There is like no tint at all. There is no tint, none to my hair at all. Zippo. Nothing. and it's just blazing white. And I was like, if I pull my hair back, it's just white. Not silver. It's not. It's just white. I just got tired of that. So I put cinnamon. I did buy some tinted shampoo that's like a dark blonde, but it's not here yet. So when it gets here, when I wash my hair, it'll put it like a dark blonde tint to it. So that won't be too bad. Yeah, it is totally white. I mean, I could have handled silver, but white, like white. It's like, wow. Yeah, it's so hard whenever you see the good in people and they just think they're just negative and aren't worth anything. And it's so hard to try to make them realize that they are worth something when they think they're just it's not worth anything and very, just negative. And I'm like, and all you can do then is just keep dumping positive on them, make them see that they're, positive. Because all he thinks is, well, I'm just negative. If I touch it, it's not, I'm just going to put negative energy in it. And I'm like, no, you are not negative. You are worth something. Yeah, I am 63. I will be 64 this year. I just don't act it. Don't act it. I mean, think about it. I was out crawling around in the woods yesterday, picking up skulls, picking up gross, nasty, stinky skulls. Blah. I ripped one right off the. I was like, it was like, uh, I didn't have a. I need to get me have him get me a good knife to carry on my hip when we go out and do that, so that I can whack off the heads. You know, I'm not good at computer games, but I like to play the painting ones. But I didn't have like he had a knife where he could just whack them off. I was twisting them off. He said, "How are you getting that skull off there?" I said, "I just grab and twist." He said, "Gross." He said, "Here, give it here, and I'll chop it off." I said, "Okay." I said, "I don't have a knife, so I need to get me a knife where I can whack it off like he's doing." But I don't have a knife, so I was having to chop it off or whack, twist it off. Because he had one, he was just, whack, whacking it off. So I was sitting there twisting it off. Yeah, I've had gray hair at a very young age because of my daughter. Yeah, I have a PlayStation 5, but I don't play a whole lot on it. My grandkids do, but I don't. I tried to play Diablo on it, but the new Diablo is, I don't like it as much as I like the old one. Now, I love the old Diablo, but the new one, they've done so much crazy shit to it. I just don't like it as much. Yeah, I was too until he was out here for hunting season. Hadn't gone home yet. So that's why I told him, I said, you are not allowed to move home. You can't go back home. I said, you can use that for your storage and you stay out here. And he just started laughing. He said, well, I'll be out here until at least I finish all this stuff out here. I'll finish your floors and your kitchen and your ceilings and all that. So he said, so I'll be out here for a while. I was like, good. And he just started laughing. I said, you're not allowed to go home. And he just thought that was funnier than hell. And at least I make him laugh because I don't think he laughs very much normally. I mean, it took a little bit because I told him, I said, you need to take a break and have fun. You just need to go have fun for a while. I said, you've been working. So you need to go have some fun. I said, need to go. I said, I don't care if you take me or not, but you need to go take a couple hours break. Now, what day is your birthday? My daughter's birthday is the 21st. She'll be 40 years old. She is freaking out. She's like, Mom, I'm gonna be 40. I'm like, yep. My son's freaking because he's like the 17th, not too far ahead of her. And my son is going to be 42. And then his birthday is the 31st. And so that's the day we go spend the night at the haunted motel. And it is haunted. It's actually been on TV. It was on Ghost Hunters. If you look up Ghost Hunters and watch the episode that has the Crescent Motel in it, that's where we're going. So that's where we're going to spend the night, is the Crescent Motel. Which ought to be interesting because I just walked through the thing for a ghost tour and got yeah, I felt shit. So it ought to be really interesting. I saw stuff and I felt stuff, so spending the night ought to be interesting. And they always tell you to have a completely charged phone and take pictures. Which I did last time. And when we were down in the morgue, I took a picture of everybody, like over the room. And there was a face superimposed over everybody, which was really creepy. Yeah, my adopted daughter is, let me see, my son is 42, will be 42, and she's like 3 or 4 years older than him. So she's probably 46 or 47. Ooh. would be cool if someone canceled and we got one of the haunted rooms. Now, that would be awesome. That would be the ultimate birthday present. And I was like, yeah, what's the chances? And she said, you never know. Life happens. It has happened in the past. I was like, okay. My poor little dog is having a panty meltdown. He is out there like, Mommy is not letting me in. All right. That's cool, Mutt Nut. Have you ever been to it? Do they do ghost tours? This one, they decided to start doing ghost tours and make some money off of it. They actually have one room, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not paying that much for a room. And it was open, and it does have activity in it, but I was like, I'm not paying that much. No, 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 no. It is actually it's like it's like a parlor, so it's like a double room. You get two king beds. So like if it was a family going, and like you could put one family in one room and one family in the other room, it would be worth it. You get enough people. It's called the governor's room, and it has activity in it. But it is $698 a night. A night. $698. I was like, no, 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 no. Not paying that. That is a negatory. That one is a big no-go. I mean, I'll pay what I'm paying for what we're getting, but I am not, not, no, 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 not paying that. Mm-mm. That was a nope, nope, and no, and no, and no, and no. But that's way too much. Way, way, way too damn much. Pay a little bit, fine. But not that. Because $698 for one night of a room? No. What I'm paying for our room is about my limit. And that's only because it's like a once in a lifetime thing. And it's something like we both, have talked about it and we both really want to do it. It's like, It's not just a him wanting it, and it wasn't just a me wanting it, and it's something we both were wanting to do. It was like, yeah. And I was like, that'd be really cool, and that's something that would be a cool thing to get him for his birthday. That would be a cool birthday present. And so, that's pretty cool. That is cool. That is awesome. I need a 3371. I missed one. And that is cool. Now, see, I haven't even joined any events because we're just doing this big old beast. I can't really do anything until this thing is done. Because at least if this was done, I could find something that is event worthy and throw it up here. Because when this is done, I can take this big board off of here and just have a regular diamond painting, table, drafting table. But right now, it's just this big, gigantic one. Thank you. Yeah, where we went yesterday, it has been so long since I've been up there. I was like, you realize the street sign for this road is gone? I said, no wonder I haven't been able to find it. Because I've been looking for it and looking for it. And he said, yeah. He said, it's a golf club now. I was like, when did they take down the street sign? He said, oh, no. I was like, wow. He said, yeah, and to get up there on that land behind your land, he said, that's illegal. You have to have a $50 permit. I said, so when I'm up there chasing my dogs down, they can give me a fine because I'm chasing my dogs down. He said, technically, if they knew you were up there, I said, that's asinine. I'm just chasing my dogs down. He said, yeah, people be stupid. I mean, I got them, but when I'm doing this thing, it's like I don't want to really be trying to work on something else because I'm usually just working on one in the evening. That's a littler one, and I'm trying to get this big beast done. So I'm just kind of working on it all the time. Like my friend was like, work on your tumblers. I'm like, I'm working on this big beast. I'm not working on anything else. I'm not doing anything else. If you don't mind, Crafting Gamer, if you don't mind getting something that's been used, I can send you something to kit up in. Just send me your address and I will send you something that you can, a couple of them, kit up in if you don't mind them being used. That's the only thing is they'll be used. So if you don't mind them being used, I'll send them to you. If you have an issue with them being used, then I'll just keep them. Yeah, just send me in Messenger off my Facebook. Send me in Messenger your address, and I will get them to you. It'll be some lock and locks or lockmates because I got lockmates, and I will send you some lockmates. I just never know because some people are like, I don't like games. I want new. You just never know. People are strange. If you don't mind, I send them. I will send them. Like the tumbler I'm doing for my friend, my guy friend, and me are my used ones. When I used to sell my Color Street, I had one that said Nail Boss and one that said I run a girl gang. And I am sanding them little Hummers down. I did. I sat here the other day with sanding paper and I sanded them down. And I took flat black and I flat blacked his down. And mine, I'm flat whiting mine down. And so I'm flat blacking his and flat whiting mine. And that's what I'm going to use. Instead of buying some tumblers, I'm working on some of my old ones. I'm just sanding them puppies down and reusing them. Yeah, she's the winning queen, man. She is the most lucky person. Muttnut has got the luck of I don't know what. Every time I turn around, Muttnut is winning something. Literally, every time I turn around, Muttnut is winning something. She won my grand prize last off my event, and I don't even know what the value of that thing was. Can you guess, Muttnut, what the value of that grand prize box was? All I know is there was all kinds of stuff in it. That box. I would have loved to have had some of that stuff that was in that box. And got all that stuff from Debbie Day, and I mean, it was like unreal. Yeah, I know. So true. Cindy Walsh. Let me see if I can find you. Hmm. Oh, I can't remember my Facebook password. Shut up! And I mean it. Shut the fuck up. Oh, okay. Good thing you found me because I can't get in mine. Yeah, just send it to my messenger and I'll get it out to you. Because I was trying on my old phone and yeah, that wasn't working so well. Because since I'm in this phone doing my live, it was like, yeah, ha 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 ha. You're being funny. And it was kind of laughing at me, truthfully. Okay. When I get off here, I'll accept. Because it was laughing at me. And then that way I'll go into my pirate ship and get that done. Because tomorrow I got to go into my town and get all those donations sent to the donation center so I can get the back of my car back. And then I'll go by the UPS drop off your package all at the same time. Do two things at once. I like doing two things at once. Get a 2-for-1 thing going on. As I always like to try to get two things done at once. In fact, I'll probably go in that back bedroom. I know there's a leather something in that closet. I'll pull it out and throw it in my donation pile. That'll be another thing that's gone. Be another thing that's out of there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that big white area over there that I have two little, well, a block and a half, and that's all that's left of it. Literally, a block and a half is all that's left of it, and it's done. Isn't that amazing? A block and a half is all that's left, and it will be done. That is just so stinking amazing. Let me see. I'm at 155. So I guess what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and get off of here so that way I can get that accepted. That way you can get your address to me. Get that up out of the way. Let y'all see. Okay, that right there is the absolute, over here, that's the absolute bottom of the picture. That is it. So that little bit right there, and then that much across the bottom over there. So this much across the whole bottom, and it's done. That is it. So, love y'all. I will see you next week, and I will try to get some little videos out for you. And I will definitely take pictures of the pictures that I'm doing for the decals and processes that I'll be doing. So, let y'all see it. Love y'all. Bye.